This week we start off the third season on Xbox with the GTE Championship race number 1 at Long Beach. It's a 14 race schedule, same as season 2, finishing off with a 1 hour in Daytona, but also some fantastic additions this year with a 60-minute race at Bathurst and a 90-minute race on the 24-hour of Le Mans circuit. But we start race 1 at Long Beach, California, 3.167 kilometers, 11 turns, and here's your starting grid. On pole, it's Logan Shawn, 17, back for Season 3, inside with his Ferrari 488 alongside new driver No Seams 001. Nodovan has a second yellow Corvette alongside Evil Hines 12. Slim Reaper in the BMW with Jet Run 76 in row 3. Will Mista X and Stillin 421 make up row number 4 as we'll have 8 cars for the starting grid, and we're away. Logan Shawn having a poor getaway and he's jumped by both Corvettes. So we head down to turn number 1 for the first time. And it's going to be No Seams 001 in the lead in his debut race at night racing. Bit of a tap back there as we go through the fountain for the first time and the cars try to sort themselves out. That's the number 3 Corvette of Stillin with his row 4 companion Will Mista X, bringing up the tail end of the field as it's very, very close. Down the back straight for the first time. Looking at Evil Hines 12 in his first race at the night racing lead, the number 52 blue with orange trim Ford GT, and it's great to see a couple of Ford GTs in the race. Which brings to mind we had No Jag Base 44 today. His usual Ford GT number 2 not in the field, as well as T-Man has not made the trip here. As we've completed lap number 1, Slim Reaper having a look inside. The brothers battling in the BMWs, and it looks like Mista X is going to take the position. Slim Reaper dropping down to 7th. As back up front, it's the double yellow Corvettes of No Seams 001 and Nodovan. Nodovan, the third place finisher in Season 2, looking to get off to a strong start here. As the car he was battling with, Night Racing 727, is now moved full-time to the iRacing Esports team. And a little tap there by No Seams of the leader into the tire barrier. That looked very light, so we'll see how that affects him as we're back with a damaged BMW of Slim Reaper 911. We've got a little replay. Oh, and off the wall and hit. And on the same lap, a little clip on the inside by Evil Hines, and that's going to give Will Mista the position. There's your pole sitter, Logan Shawn 17, third now. And really all down to just reaction time on the start. It looked like he got jumped not only by his row mate, but by Nodovan from row 2, was away before they even got going. And the Corvette's now first and second with the Ferrari in third. In the back, that looked like a little rub wall from Evil Hines. I imagine we're going to see a yellow BMW in the pits here. Well, prove me wrong. There he is in the background, still rolling. He has been passed, it looks like, by the final Corvette of still in 421. It's good to see Will Mr. X in the lineup. We've got the brothers racing in the BMWs here today. Beautiful power slide there from Corvette number 4. That is Nodovan. Now a 2-second gap from your race leader, No Seams 001, having quite a debut here. .116.2 for the race leader. So we're checking in on this battle for 4th place. A little bit of pressure now from Logan Shawn. He was on pole after all, so there is pace in this car, and he's starting to put a little bit of pressure on Nodovan in the 2nd place Corvette. Behind this is Evil Hines and X Will Mr. X. Then Jet Run 76 ahead of Still in 421 and Slim Reaper 911 picking up the rear after his incident in turn number 1. Amazed there wasn't more damage than... And as we look at the standings now, Jet Run has dropped to the back of the field. We're going to look at him. He's in the pits, and that is Still in 421. So an incident there. The front end is damaged on both cars. Back over the line to start lap number 7. And the gap over 3 seconds now as No Seams pulling away from these two. A little bit of a different format now in the league as we move on to Season 3 here. These races are going to be delayed by a couple of days, but everything will be up on the YouTube channel, and we'll have the same coverage, just with different people in different places as we move forward into Season 3. It takes a little more time now to get the Xbox things produced, but everything will be up there. The playlists will be populated as races become available. So we hope you'll enjoy all of the action with the new drivers and hopefully some bigger grids, as we've got a lot of new people coming into the Xbox side of things. Plenty of returning veterans, as more than half of this field are returnees. We've got 2 new runners. Jet Run will kind of sit in the middle. He's a returning driver. He didn't have a lot of time in Season 2 to compete. He did a couple of FR35s and GTE races. It's great to see him here for race number 1, and hopefully we'll have a full season from him. In both classes, as around goes the pole sitter from 3rd place. Straightens the Ferrari up, but Evil Hines is going to take advantage of that, and it's into 3rd place for the debut driver in the Ford GT. That drops Logan Shawn to 4th. It's still X. There's your race leader coming around. X will miss to X is still in 5th place. 6th now is Slim Reaper, as Stillen and Jet have dropped right back after having to pit for damage. Logan Shawn back on the pace, but he's now almost a second and a half behind Evil Hines 12 here. We approach the 11-minute mark of this race. $16-2 last time around by No Sean 001. And he is pulling a gap. Everyone else in the 17s, so very strong pace there by the front-running Corvette. As we check out the brothers, that was Elwood X, Will miss to X in the black BMW. And here in the yellow one, his brother Slim Reaper 911. And then back at the tail end of the grid here, the only 2 cars that have pitted. This is still in 421 in the number 3 Corvette. And you can see quite a bit of bonnet damage and front end from contact with Jet Run 76, who in the red, white, and black Ford GT is running now at the tail end of the field. Both of those cars having pitted for damage and running a lap down. We have 6 cars on the lead lap. We're now well and truly underway with Season 3 here on Xbox Night Racing League. Glad you're along. As Evil Hines holding down a podium position in his debut race, as is the other debut driver who is leading this race. And you can see he has gapped our pole sitter since Logan Shawn went around there. "45-minute races here in the GTE class, although with the new season, we do have some special events, 3 of them on the calendar, a couple of 1-hour events and a possible 90-minute event at Le Mans. So we're really looking forward to that, I'm sure, with some day-to-night transitions. Back up front, the number 64, now with a 5-second gap. And some body work on the circuit there. One of the back markers having another little issue. Great to see a full field of Corvettes, but maybe somebody could pick a different livery for the announcer next race. I'm not sure why Donovan has changed his livery color. That would have been an easy one, but we've got the 3 and 4 with returning drivers Donovan and Still in 421, and our debut driver in the 64. As we look back in the field, X will Mr. X in the black BMW. And you see there's a crinkle on the right front of that car as well, as he has now lapped Still in 421. Oh, and a brush against the barrier there. Perhaps giving us a live replay of what happened to that right front corner previously. Just dropped into the 17s. Actually, Logan Shawn there in 3rd place. So what has happened to Evil Hines? He has dropped to 4th. And yes, a 125.7. So obviously the Ford has been off circuit somewhere. So our pole sitter finds himself back in the podium position. So we do a field rundown. No Shawn leading. Donovan still in 2nd. Logan Shawn back to 3rd place with Evil Hines in 4th. X will Mr. X 5th. Slim Reaper 6th. Still in 421 and Jet Run 76. Rounding out the field here on lap 16. Very, very quick laps here. There is Logan Shawn, promoted back onto the podium after some kind of issue. We can only think by a 125 that had to be a spin by Evil Hines 12. So they have traded mishaps, and we're back at status quo between the two. Sorry about that. We'll just watch those gaps. You can see Hines is back into the 17s. Here he is. It's a 6-second gap, however, up to Logan Shawn, so he's clearly lost the sniff for the moment. The car doesn't look any worse for wear, so it must have just been a little spin somewhere. Don't see any damage. He obviously didn't pit. As it was last year, I don't imagine we're going to see any scheduled pit stops in this class. Everybody got very, very good at maintaining their tires and getting them to the end. It was just too much of a penalty to come in for fuel to try and split the race in half. Everybody able to drive around it. As we've got Jet Run 76 coming up very close to the back of Still in 421, so that's, although a lap down, that is still a battle for 7th position, and you never know how that'll play out at the end of the year. Slim Reaper now, you can see almost a minute behind the leader, so he's going to be coming under pressure to being lapped next. Logan Shawn still running in the 16s, so he's got the pace right now on the field. Very close to that concrete wall. Slim heads onto the back straightaway. That's actually an 18.4, so Logan Shawn losing a little bit of time. Checking that gap, he is now 3 seconds ahead of Evil Hines, so he is pulling him in. Look how close it is. 17.2, 17.1, and 17.4 for the rest of the top four. As Noshan starts lap number 18. As we come to the halfway mark of race number 1 in Season 3. And a hats off, I hope this doesn't have anything to do with his on-track performance today, but a hats off to Still in 421, who is in charge of the Xbox side of the Night Racing League this season. He's put all this together. He's got some new drivers coming in and doing a great job. The schedule looks fantastic. And really looking forward to watching what happens on the Xbox side of things. And we'll also be covering all of the action on the iRacing side as that continues to grow as well. The esports team, of course, running in the 6 Hours of Road America next weekend. So it will be a busy week at Night Racing, as it always is. Here is Nodovan. 17.1, so actually pulling a little bit, and Jet Run in the pits. This is definitely unscheduled. And a bit of a shame, as he was closing on the Corvette of Still in 421. So we're sort of robbed of a battle there for 7th place, but a battle's a battle. And not sure what's going on there. He's had a rough debut here in Season 3. As Noshan has caught and lapped Slim Reaper 911 in the yellow BMW. So we're now down to 5 cars on the lead lap. The next in line will be Slim's brother, X Will Mr. X. I have to say, it's been a perfect run, and he's in the pits, so unlike last season, we do have scheduled pit stops here. And just off the top of my head, is this a new driver thing? I mean, Nodovan is a returning driver. He was part of the 14 races last season. Evil Hines goes through. So we will see how the strategy plays out. It's a little surprising to see pit stops here in the 45-minute races. So we'll see if this is a getting your feet into the league sort of thing, or if this strategy will work out. Your new leader in Corvette number 4, it is Nodovan. Out of the pits is No Sean. He's dropped to 4th place, as he has basically split this race in half, so obviously a light fuel load. He's filled it in. We didn't see the stop. Not sure if he took tires. I don't think... he's 37 seconds back. He had about a 6-second lead, so that's a 45-second pit stop. He might have taken tires. That seems... Well, you've got the pit lane time, though, too, so it's not a 40-second stop. I have a feeling that might have just been fuel only. But we'll see if he can pull that back in. We've got Nodovan leading. Logan Shawn, the other returning driver, now just 7 seconds off the lead, the pole sitter. And then you have our debut drivers. Evil Hines 12, 13 seconds back of the leader, and after his pit stop, No Seams, with a little ground to make up, as into the pits, it's not no... Ex-Wilmista is in as well, and that is No Seams in again. I didn't want to try and misidentify the wrong yellow Corvette. We knew it wasn't Stillen, because the front was clean. This is not even on circuit, so obviously a pit stop mistake by No Seams, and that is going to drop him right down the order. So a real shame by the driver who led convincingly this race from the start. And you can see on the timing screen, he's now dropped to the tail end. I was going to say tail end of the lead lap, but it's not even that. He's a lap down now. He's behind Ex-Wilmista X, who has pitted. So you have to think that's what that is. He's not had the pit stop programmed properly. Something's gone wrong there. He had to come back in. So a little bit of growing pains there in the debut race, but certainly no shortage of pace up there. So an exciting driver to watch for later as the series continues. But up front, can we call him the wily veteran? The only driver double dipping right now on both sides of the Night Racing League, as Nodovan, who had, I don't know if you caught it on the YouTube channel, a spectacular race this week at Watkins Glen. If you head over there, all the drivers, once we stream their race, we're going to be putting up their own private playlists. So just hit the Night Racing YouTube channel. And Nodovan's race at Watkins Glen is truly something to watch. It was a great run from start to finish. Won't give away the result, but it's sort of giving away the fact that it's something worth watching. But as we say, he's the only one double dipping, and he's got a good chance to get a good head start here in the Xbox side, because he's taking 4 weeks off. He's not running the next 2 esports races. And going to focus here on the GTE and FR35s to get Season 3 off and running. And I can guarantee you, as we now cross into the 30-minute mark, 15 minutes to go here today, I can guarantee you he's not pitting. He's done this before. As still in 421, now about to go 2 laps down. It does get out of the way beautifully. And you just saw a glimpse there of the back end of Jet Run 76, so he was not retiring. He's back out on circuit. And a little brush of the wall there by Slim as he gets out of the way. And another one too, so bad to worse here for the yellow BMW. It's had a bit of a rough day, and this looks like a pit stop here to get some damage looked at. He's got about almost a minute, about 50 seconds, so hopefully if it's not too serious, he can get in and out of there and maintain position. As a brush on the wall there by a yellow Corvette. And it is our 64 car of No Seams 001. Now he's the 4th place car. Just in front of him is Evil Hines in 3rd. However, the pit stop troubles. He is now a lap down. So a shame this isn't for position, but they're lined up as if they were. And no real reason, of course, for Evil to let him go. Although now on the inside, No Seams might be able to get by. Nope, drops right back into the toe down the main straight. You see how close it is here, 2nd to 3rd. That's another reason Evil would like to not have this pressure from behind, I'm sure. He's got 2nd place right in front of him here. That's the actual battle on this racetrack. And he doesn't need a car trying to unlap himself, disrupting any of his lines or adding lap time. He certainly doesn't want the Corvette between him and Logan Shawn. So we'll see how he deals with this. As around goes Logan. Okay, though, that's how he's going to deal with it. The Corvette is now through. That's not a big deal, but Logan Shawn loses the tail end there on that left-hander and is gifted 2nd place to Evil Hines 12 in the Ford GT. That battle only 12 seconds behind the lead. It seems it's added a little bit, as I'm sure Evil had to lift. But here is the race leader, Nodovan, as he's into his 27th lap now. I have to say, in the long run, it's been a pretty uneventful race here for Nodovan. He's kept it clean. He's kept it on the circuit, and no dramas, is usually fast. And he's done a very, very good job here again today. So we've had debut drivers in all sorts of fantastic positions. First half of this race, led by No Seams 001. He has now dropped to 4th. But we've got this car right here, Evil Heinz 12, making his debut at the Night Racing League and running a very strong second in the Ford GT. You can see in the background the gap that he has now pulled on Logan Shawn 17. With 10 minutes left to go in this race, I mean, that is going to be your podium unless somebody just throws it right off the circuit. They have a lap on No Seams, at least the leader does. He has unlapped himself from the second and third place cars. But as short as this lap is, you're not going to get a minute's worth of track time in 10 minutes. As we look at the number 3 of Still in 421. Had a rough debut here in Season 3, but he is running 6th. X Will Mr. X has dropped to 7th as we saw him in the pits. And of course Jet Run 76 in the other Ford GT running in 8th place, multiple laps down. There's X Will Mr. X, and it looked like that front bumper was doing a bit of a hula dance coming down the straightaway. It certainly is. We'll see if he's back on pit road here or if he's going to try and tough it out. He's going to stay out. Checking back in with Logan Shawn, who has had some issues, but he's still certainly in touch with the second place car. There is the gap visually. Very, very careful through that corner that just cost him a position. But this is your pole sitter, and he's certainly not lost touch. That Corvette has a crinkle, though. That is Dillon, who's also doing a hula dance. Okay, so that's 421. So, boy, we got to get these yellow Corvettes sorted. Evil Heinz is up further, of course, in the Ford. Stillman's going to move over. My brain momentarily mixing up new drivers and yellow Corvettes, but we'll get it. First race jitters, trying to find out where that Ford has gone in this second place battle. It's a 6-second gap, according to the timing sheet there. Back up front, Notovin now on his 30th lap. And he can really control the race from here. 16-second gap at the start of last lap. Says 14 there, but you know how it jumps around. Last time I looked up, it was 16, I believe. Nevertheless, that's a good, solid gap. As it looks like Logan Shawn may have had another issue. He's now got 10 seconds between him and Heinz. You can see a 121.0. So maybe pushing to close that up, but it's really now looking like the top 3 are solidified in their positions. No Sean running on his own lap now or no Seams, sorry. No Seams running on his own lap in 4th place. Slim and Stillen, where Slim went in to get that extra damage done. He is running 5th ahead of Stillen. Closest battle really is Stillen 421 and X will miss to X. According to that timing screen, they're only 2 seconds apart on screen. There, we had a quick shot. There is Stillen, and there is X will miss to X. Got all kinds of cars on the back straightaway, but that's a battle for position. And a rear wing off of Jet Run. We did see some bodywork flying around, and he is obviously backed that car into the barrier. He's let the battle for 6th go by. And he's coming into the pits. Yes, it could be a retirement. We'll wait and see what happens there. Again, he's multiple laps down in 8th. We do at least have a battle on the circuit, and it is for 6th place. Still in 421, and X will miss to X right here. And the BMW just brushing that wall. I was going to see he's getting much closer. But that certainly won't help. Clearly got some pace on that Corvette. Front end damage. The bumper just holding on by the one side. They're both doing it though, isn't that funny? The battle for 6th place, the hula dancers. Who will claim 6th, the American or the German hula dancer? As they start their next lap. Under 3 minutes to go. So the leader coming around, well, short lap. It could be 2, it could be 1 lap. We'll see. It just depends on when he comes across the line. I would say at least 2 more laps for these guys, so certainly Stillen is going to have to defend all the way. Seems to be a lot more straight line speed from the... Oh no, I'll take that back. Stillen had a great run down that little short chute. Oh, and into the wall again goes Mista. But still gets a run down the back straightaway. And if he can hold the corner, he's going to have the position. But he has to pinch the exit, and Stillen is going to keep it. Oh, that's good stuff. So back onto the front straight. It is still at 421 in 6th. Well, we may get 2 more laps of this. Still a minute and a half until the clock runs down. And Mista is by. Now, can he do a lap without brushing the wall and hold on to it? He's done the work. He's got his hands on the prize. There's a ball brush. Oh, the camera goes away. We'll watch the tree here as Nodovan starts his final lap. There's been a lot of dramas, there's been a lot of incidents, but I don't recall saying this man's name in any of them. It's been a good, clean race and a well-deserved victory in race number 1 of Season 3 here at the Night Racing League. Did he take a cone out there just so he could say he hit something? I saw one floating in the background in midair. As coming around to the hairpin for the final time in Corvette number 4, the Season 3 debut race and winner, Donovan, wins at Long Beach. X Will Mr. X is still in 6th as Evil Heinz 12 is going to come around and claim 2nd place in the Ford GT. You see Slim Reaper and Jet Run 76 finishing off their races in behind, as Logan Shawn will claim the final podium position in the Ferrari 488. The pole sitter comes home 3rd in the first race of the season. After a fantastic start to the race, No Seams 001 will take 4th. And here are the final results from Long Beach, California, race number 1, Season 3. Donovan, your winner. Evil Heinz, 12, 2nd. Logan Shawn, 17, 3rd. No Seams 001, 4th. Slim Reaper, 911, and X Will Mr. X, 5th and 6th, was still in 421. 7th, Jet Run 76, rounding out the field in 8th. Join us as Season 3 continues when the GTEs travel to Laguna Seca. This has been the Night Racing League.